How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Friday with Dustin and Lee Chucker on Comics Unbound, and we're talking about Babes, Gore, and Dinosaurs. Bom, bom, bom.
Yeah. That's
You
a good
know, the
logo, that
campaign
one.
is live now, Lee. So if anybody wants to run over there and click that button, campaign is super live right now. We're very excited about it. And we're going to go through and talk a little bit about the series, how the series came about, for the newer fans. And we're also going to talk about all these beautiful covers that are involved because, we always go ham with covers. You know what I'm saying? We
How many you got for this one, bud?
I think what do we got? Through T on this one? I think we're through T on this one, so that's a good chunk of the alphabet. So about 20 covers.
Right.
And they all came out really, really, really good. I'm really happy with them. We'll go into the covers real quick. We'll go into the add-ons. We're going to go into, we've got a new season of pillows. So we're going to talk about the new pillowcases. We're going to talk about the stickers. Speaking of stickers, how adorable are these? They're just the cutest stickers. I'm really, really happy with those. Trevor actually slayed those stickers, man. They came out really, really cute. So let's talk a little bit about what this issue is. In the last issue, we had this confrontation between Ricky and Corvos in the spa, and we learned a little bit about who Eve was to Corvos and why she'd been running from him originally. And, Ricky whooped everybody's ass and everybody got to see Dino Dick at the end of the book. So everybody was thrilled with that, right? So I'm really, really excited. What's going on, Shawnee? Yes, more BGD. Shawnee, do you want to come in and talk? You're welcome to come in and hang out with us if you want to. But it's so much fun with this issue because now you're getting more of Maya's backstory, more of what she's involved in, how she gets to where she is. You know what I mean? Why, how did she get with Ricky to begin with? I'll shoot you a link, Shawnee. How did she get to where she is? How did she get into, Piece of Tail? How did she get to be the maitre d' there? And just this massive fallout from the last issue, because now everybody's like, they're on his shit list, right? They're on the mayor's shit list. So now they're trying to figure out how they're going to survive amongst
no one wants to be on a shit list.
Yeah. Not on his. I don't want to be on his fucking shit list. It's not great. Let me send Shawnee this link real quick. And
I've been on too many shit lists, man. I don't want to be on anymore.
Yeah, man.
Clean paper.
Nobody wants to be on a shit list. But it's as usual, we have incredible covers with this set. The interiors are looking absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really happy with them. If you look at so before we get into the covers, though, we did go into a route where it was like we've changed in the past couple months. We've started doing it's Shawnee. What's up, Shawnee? So
good morning, mate.
How are you? Are you well, Shawnee, my dear?
Hello.
We've done something interesting. We've surpassed that insurmountable boulder as a publishing company, where now we've managed to get a book a month, right? So it was a very scary thing for us to jump in there and be like, yes, we can put a book out a month, but we've proven we can. You know what I mean? We're like right now, people just got their issue for the listener last month. Now they're if it hops goes out this month, next month everybody will be getting Greed, and then Theater 7. So it's a really cool system we've all set up, and it works. You know what I mean? It really does work because that 3-month pre-order window gives us time to fix things, clean everything up, and then get the books out to you guys post haste. Especially with we've been adding our additional pages. And people are enjoying the additional pages.
We love additional pages. We love that's such a cool extra for us because more story, more art. Right. And sometimes we get little hints about other stuff. And so, it's awesome.
I love all the hints and all the tidbits. I almost said nipples. All the tidbits. all the bits. We love all the bits in BGD.
Not just the dino junk, but all the other bits too.
Right. We love all the bits. You know what I mean? But there's it's so much fun for us because in the last issue we did the Stitches story in BGD, and everybody's been blowing us up about Stitches. They want to know more about what's going on with that character, why he's doing what he's doing. And that last, oh my gosh, that last page where we showed him with all like the flesh and stuff all over the walls and the, you know, the scalpels and everything, people really enjoyed that. So we will be continuing. I'll let you guys know one thing that we've changed with this issue is we've already started the work on the additional pages. So, nice. I mean, we're already working on that. So you guys are bound to get them one way or another. And so let's jump into the fancy covers. Bladen came at us with this beautiful one right here. He had another one, which we'll show you in a minute, but this is his cover. And I think he's actually selling that cover art. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. And I'm really, really happy with it because it tells the story of what's going on in this particular issue. And it reminds me of like old school covers from the 90s. You know, there's story involved with them. There's meat to what's going on. And this has got Serenity, like having laid out Maya and Eve. And it looks like you've got Ricky in there in the background coming around the corner to save the day. So really, really thrilled with that one. And then, so we've brought on a bunch of new talent, and it blows my mind every time that we talk about some of these guys. Like, if you don't know the Kemps, crawl out from under the rock you've been under since 1990 and learn about Dan and Dave Kemp, because their colors are beautiful. They've worked on all kinds of books in way up there. You know what I mean? So I actually had Dave color this piece from Ruben, and it's just turned out to be an awesome, awesome cover. Color. So, you know, and it was a lot of fun because, you know, Ruben doesn't get to do a lot of dudes. So it was really fun to see him do Ricky and those muscles in his neck and stuff. I was just like blown away.
The detail in that is really cool.
Right? It's really, really neat. And then, of course, we've got Gwen and Greg Bow, who always bring their A game to us, you know, and these came out just gorgeous. I mean, they came out so gorgeous. I
love the moodiness of it.
Right. Well, you know, originally it was a movie poster back in the day, and it was like 10,000 BC or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the one with
Raquel Welch.
There you go.
Possibly. Yeah.
I think it's 10,000 something, 10,000 years something.
Yeah. So the cool thing was originally it was just her. There was nothing in the background. So this amazing background was put up. I absolutely love it. And then, you know, we've got another set of brothers that work with Ethereal, and that's the Massey brothers, you know, Mitch and Devin, who do awesome, awesome pieces. What's going on, Michael? How's it going, man? So this is the connecting cover variant that we're actually leaving black and white with Mitch on the left and Devin on the right. I thought that was so much fun. Like, just to have these two dudes do a cover together. Like
it's a boob brawl.
Right. And they'd never done a cover together before, though. You know,
I don't want to be biased,
really cool.
but I like the fact you left that one black and white, mate.
Yeah, I knew you would. I knew you'd like that one.
Yeah, just
so. Then we've got the one that's got all the entire company and teams, everybody on Twitter about. Okay, and that's Bladen's Release the Lizard variant cover, and. Since the beginning of putting BGD out, we have, and I'm very grateful, a large group of our fan base are females. A large group of Ethereal's fan base are females. And, you know, everybody was always like, you know, you're showing all kinds of chicks. Where are the dudes? Where are the dudes? And I was like, okay, you know, and I kept agreeing with it and joking about it. And then Bladen hit me up the other day and was like, hey, you know, we've got this cover. And I was like, oh, we do have this fancy cover. And he was like, you know, I think we should put it out and give people the option to pick it up if they're interested in it. And so it looks like this on the Kickstarter. It is the Release the Lizard cover. It does feature Ricky totally in the buff on that cover. So if any of the ladies have been interested, it's definitely on there. And then, you know, we've
you
had
can just hear out in the Ethernet a lot of people going,
yes, yes. Big red in the buff is
They released the junk cover
yeah
variant.
It exists. And it was a
all
lot
the
of fun.
tidbits.
It all the bits. Like if
Oh.
there's a bit, it's on that cover. And it was super fun.
Is that's going to be the subtitles, the big bits cover?
Yeah, you know, because I'm very if you guys, most of you guys know me personally, most of our fans know me personally, but I'm very as much as I talk, I'm a very like introverted individual outside of this stuff. So when you come at me with, hey, we're gonna do the Bill.
Hi, Bill.
What's going on?
Yeah, I figured Bill would like my shirt. So
right. So I was very hesitant, and they all thought it was funny. They all thought it was funny that I was like, I don't know, maybe, you know what I mean. So anyway, it came out great. I think we're that's getting colored as well. So we're really excited to see that, show that to you guys shortly. I won't be able to show it on updates on Kickstarter, but if you guys message me in the next week or so, you'll definitely be able to see it. Okay. And I will put out an update when it comes in colored, just so everybody knows. I'll let you know it's updated. And then we've got Lenadi's gorgeous Eve cover. I mean, like, and I think people have been waiting for this one because I teased it like 3 months ago. It's been one that people have been talking about a little bit, and I'm very excited about. She's super talented and a great person to work with. So, and I still can't get over these stockings. These stockings are like too much.
Insane. They're insane.
Like the talent, phenomenal. And there is no wild version of that particular cover, just so everybody knows. But we do have her other cover with Serenity on it that does have a wild version. And there is nothing left to the imagination if you guys are curious about that one. So the wild is as wild gets on that cover. And it's a lot of fun. It's a really cute. The colors pop. And then we get to our good buddy Steph Wilson and Carrie Ann, who did this beautiful Maya. I love the bruises on this because this particular cover reads so much into the story for the issue. You know, it's a real heavy story. And I'm very excited about it. I don't have all the covers on here, guys. I'm going to show you one more before we get into some other stuff. But everybody's always asking about the Year of the Blue Flame cover because we've been pushing them every book. Here's Trevor's, and I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Graceless one is a master, so I just, you know, whatever. But this actually does have a wild cover as well, and it's as awesome as you can imagine it is. And then we've got a fun thing that we did this time is we went in, and since it is the last issue of BGD for the year, we've gone in and we've added some catch-up tiers, including the Kara set, which is book 1 and book 2 of Kara's cosplay covers. Very excited about those because they came out awesome. And she, you know, her and Alfred are incredible people. So, you know, whatever. I'm super happy to work with them all the time. And then let's talk. We'll go into a couple cover interior pages in a minute. But, you know, also this time is our pillows, season 2.
Pillows.
Oh, the pillows have returned. They did so well. I'm very proud of how well they did, and I'm excited about how many people were excited about them. But we've got a Eve pillow.
Oh, nice.
It's super fun on the beach. We've got an Agent C pillow for this one. And then we've got a Ryoshi pillow for this one, and she's just a lot of fun.
That's really cool.
Right? She's a great character. And then we also have, for the first time as add-ons, we have stickers. We've never brought stickers on as add-ons before.
Stickers.
Yes. And they're so much fun because they're 3x3. And
they're good size. Wow.
Yeah, they're decent sized stickers, and they're all done by Mr. Grace. So they are
very cute.
Adorable stickers from a good chunk of the brands, you know what I mean? So I was really happy about that. And then
not only is it Year of the Blue Flame, but it's also Year of the Blue Flame Booty.
Yes, it is the Year of the Blue Flame Booty. Next year, actually, with January starts our 2 books a month. in January, and that's the year of the digital flame. So you guys will all get cosplay covers for video games that are relevant to the books.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. The interiors for this one are just as good as you would expect them to be. They're Bladen Hunter and David Acampo all day long. You know what I mean? And we added a little bit more humor in this one because I've had to learn to write more humor because of Theater 7. So I'm, every now and then I'm adding a little bit more humor to the books. But I enjoy them. I enjoy the
those
moment.
humor chops, huh?
Yeah, man. I'm always trying to increase my skill level. We didn't add these to the Kickstarter yet, but we may if we get enough interest. But we did just have the If It Hops figures finished.
I saw you post a display of it's insane.
So cool.
It's so cool.
They're a lot of fun. We may add those. We'll see what people think about them here shortly.
The attention to detail on that toy, man, was outstanding. Particularly, he put a shot up where the rifle is slung over her shoulder, like it was a back photo, and I was looking at the rifle, just like, wow, man. Like, look at the amount of detail gone into that.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, they're a lot of fun. So, like I mentioned, we've got a bunch of catch-up tiers. We've got a bunch of really cool stuff going on with this one. And I think, as we continue, we'll be we're at $615 right now, guys. So that's awesome. 16 backers. Very, very cool. And I think there's a lot to see with BGD. If you've ever I think comic books are a medium where, and I say it all the time, but I think originality is important. And I think we've gotten, as readers, myself included, oh my gosh, probably for the past 20 years now, have gotten to the point where we're okay with reading rehashed stories and stuff. And I got in that rut. I really did. I was like, oh yeah, it's a new Spider-Man. I'm going to read that. That's great. You know what I mean? Or it's a new issue.
Classics are classic for a reason. I mean, so
For sure.
The certain characters are there and we love them for so long as we do because of what they are.
Exactly. I did. I no lie. I got in that rut and I was like, but I think, with BGD, I've been able to give you something different, something that you don't see every day. And I think that's a powerful experience. Like, I was a big fan of Blade Runner, and I think that shows off in BGD a little bit, and there are a couple other things that have influenced my writing styles, for the past few years. And speaking of a few years, can you believe that BGD, the preview dropped like a year and like 2 weeks ago? Like
Has it really been that long?
It's been like a year and 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's crazy. Right. Time goes flying. But that's really cool. And that's something important right now about this IP is we've gained in less than a year, less than a year and a half, we put out 3 issues of this particular book. And starting next year, we're looking at 5 issues of this book in a year. You know what I mean? And it's literally it's all because the fans. We all work our asses off, but it's literally you guys out here going, hey, I'd like to see the book in the store, or I'd like to, when are we getting a new one? You know what I mean? And I think that we're getting to this point where we can successfully go, hey, look, if you want a new one, you're going to get one in less than a few months. The book will be out, and I've watched, all these amazing, dudes before me truck down this path and have, led the way. And I'm just like, it's our generation's time, and I think that we can continue to push and give you guys amazing product and put together amazing teams. I think Bladen is an incredible artist, and to have David Acampo on his colors, they work very, very well together. Like it's
not just, mate. It's not just the accomplishment of 3 issues of BGD in a year too. You've got multiple IPs. Like the the thoughts and the logistics that go into that too. Release schedules. organizing your artists, you're creating a nice happy family at Ethereal and stuff. It shows in the work. You got poor old Bladen chained up down there in the basement, just
he's in the basement.
cracking that whip. The poor bugger does, like
he's not allowed out.
No, it doesn't sound like it. No,
he's not allowed out of the basement. He's got to stay down there and work, because we're, the cool thing about him as well is he's such a great partner for me to work with. You know what I mean? And being the art director, it was something that I was very proud to be able to give him, like a legitimate position, a legitimate job, when we had just, the company hadn't been around 2 years yet, so being able to pay an art director was something I was very, very proud of. And he is such a talent and a fun person to work with. And not even that, but just like a teacher as well. We've got a great younger artist that we're working with now that is under his wing, and they're working together on a new book. And it's awesome. You know what I mean? It really is awesome to see these people that are literally investing in each other, the time that they're putting into each other to build each other. And then you've got guys, like I mentioned before, like Devin Massey and Dan Kemp, that are, just kings of the industry. They're like, hey, come on over here. We're going to teach you how to, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, I will listen to everything you have.
Share the knowledge. Share.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah, just pop me in the back of the head if I'm going the wrong way and let me know, because I am here to soak up that knowledge that you guys have to give us. And I think that it shows in not only the covers, the interior artwork, the productions and stuff like that, but like we're being able to give you guys, like I said, the additional pages in a great amount of time. The cosplayers, holy cow, Bailey just jumped on with us, so she'll be cosplaying on Fallen Leaves, and we just started a secondary company. Like, we literally have Ethereal After Dark, which will be putting out its own books, and there's already 4 IPs for that. And I don't even have to touch that. I'm so thankful. I'm not messing with that at all. I love it, but I don't have to run it. You know what I mean? So, but it's awesome. The feeling is awesome to have this beautiful team, and the cooperation for like BGD, because everybody's excited about it. Whenever we go to put BGD out, everybody wants to do a cover, or everyone wants to be involved with it, because I think that BGD was the book that showed people that we were here. You know what I mean? That we were here as a company.
It definitely got our attention.
I love that. I'm very grateful that people enjoyed, the dinosaur antics and the dark, moody storylines, and like I said, the fans and the people that like right now we've got Vegas coming up, right? We got Vegas coming up. And we're very, very excited. Like, right? Shawnee will be there. We're all super excited. And it's like, but I had the outcry and the excitement from people that there's going to be like 8 of us from Ethereal all in one place. And so many people were like, we're going to Vegas. This is the show we're going to attend, because all you guys are going to be there. And I'm looking around going, is that why you're going? And, people are like, yeah, well, we got to get our book signed. We got to get CGC copies. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so excited too. You know what I mean? Just like, because, and I say this, and I don't say it lightly. I truthfully believe we have the best fans. Like, bullshit you not. We have the best fans. Because there was I drove up to, where did I drive up to? I drove up to Boston last year. And I drove up to Boston. I think it was Boston. And it was like a 16-hour drive from my house, right? I wasn't even going to do the show. I was just going to drop books off to April and Steph Wilson and a couple other folks, and say hey and BS and just, get out for a minute, and right. So we get there and the plans get all jacked up, and everybody gets like basically separated all across the city is what happened. And I'm eating dinner, and, we've got Keith calls me and he's like, hey, where are you at? He was like, you're not over here where, everybody thought you were. And I was like, we kind of got lost, and we've never been here before, and whatever. And he just like shows up at the restaurant, and it was
tracked you down.
Yeah, it was, and he's such a good dude. And like, it was I love our fans. I really do. And to sit and drink with this dude that I'd only met once or twice prior, and to meet his, his wife and, her son, and to get to just BS with them on a one-on-one basis, was so, so cool. And, I really appreciate his friendship, and I'll always cherish his friendship. But it was like, we stayed out till like 1:00 in the morning running around the city doing shenanigans, like eating at the fucking Cheesecake Factory, and just, it was a lot of fun. And those are the things that I cherish as when I go to shows and as a creator. Like when we went, April and I did Phoenix Fan Fusion, and we did the poker tournament. That, to me, to all the money donated to teach children to read, was such a powerful experience to me. So if you're ever looking for me at a show, it's probably going to be someplace where everybody that we run with is at, or there's a good cause going on, because that's probably where we're going to end up being. Because I like donating to fun stuff to help people.
That's always fun. Yeah,
I love it.
You get to have fun, and you get to
I get to
give back.
But it's for a good cause. I'm okay with it. Like, I'm scared to death to go to Vegas because I've never been and I don't gamble. So I'm literally like,
oh, you'll still, yeah. I'm not a big gambler myself. I don't do that. I know people are, but it's people watching. Just being there, the energy and the people watching and the shows, and that's, yeah, you can have a field day just with that.
Oh man, I have had
There's some crazy people just wandering around.
Well, me being one of them, you know what I mean? I'm sure.
Maybe another one.
Quick
question, Dustin.
There's plenty of them. I got to remember, Shawnee, don't let me forget. We're buying T-shirts. So make sure that you message me in the next few days to get sizes so I can get you guys a couple T-shirts. And they're all exclusive T-shirts. I'm very excited. They all have like Eve on them, and it's they're the colors of the show. So it'll be really, really pretty, and it'll have the show logo on it and our logo on it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that I think this is a great time. Like I said, this is the last issue of BGD for the year, so I think this is a really good time period to drop the book, because as you guys have seen, we didn't do a preview with this book for a new title. We didn't do a preview because we've got Fallen Leaves coming up next, and we did the preview for that, and that actually goes out here shortly with Greed. You guys will get that. No, Fallen Leaves goes out with Theater 7, so Greed will have Underland on it. Yep. But you've got yeah, man, I'm trying to keep up. But there's so many awesome titles, and we got to this point where we've got two other titles we have not talked a lot about that are coming out as well. So we're growing, and I love that we're growing. And I think
I have a question on the Kickstarter. So when you hit a stop point,
hit me.
So I'm just curious. I'm going through. I got my pledge in, and I'll do more later. But I want to be sure I got my pledge in and everything else.
Yeah.
I was looking cover O with Jonathan McDaniels. I realized it's not a tier on the side. I can't find it.
Not? Okay.
So I wanted to ask if I missed it.
Yeah, let me. If it's not on there, let me make sure that it's. Let me add it. That's wild. Hold on, I'll add it.
So I just wanted to bring that up in case.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Thank you.
Pick up.
Yeah, let me add it. Thank you, Sean. His I want to make sure it's in the add-ons too, because his cover is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. So I was looking for it to see, to make note of it, and I'm like, where did it go?
Absolutely. Let me get in here and add it. And guys, we're at $948. We're almost at goal. Let me add Jonathan McDaniels rewards.
And mate, while you're doing that, you've got you got a couple of freebies that you want to discuss today as well. So that's coming out. So details are coming through now, watchers.
So we got let me make this cover, add this cover. I'm so sorry that wasn't on there, guys. I
figured, like I said, I figured, hey, perfect timing. I got to ask you directly. So
thank you so very much. So we hit just recently And now the page is not even a year old. Okay, the Kickstarter page, and we hit 1,000 followers on the Kickstarter, or not the Kickstarter page, the Facebook
page.
Mm-hmm. We hit 1,000 followers on that, and because of that, today we're going to give away a full set of the listener 1 through 4.
Nice.
To a random follower on the page. And if one of you would like to go in and peek around and see if you guys can find it, or find a random name, we'll go ahead and give them an awesome set of books.
How good's that? Hey?
I'm very excited.
That's really
cool. Listener 1 to 4. Beautiful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm thrilled with how it's come out. I can't wait to get to issue 5 next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
you got that underway, man. I got a soft spot for the listener.
Yeah. Issue 5 is it's already written and edited.
Yeah.
It's just got to go to art. Let me make sure this is on the add-ons as well before I hop on. Yeah, so it is in the add-ons. It just wasn't on the actual
on the main page. Okay, cool.
Thank you so much for seeing that. I'm very, very
grateful. You bet.
All right, so
well, like I said, I remember when you previewed it, and I thought that was a really cool cover. So I'm gonna make sure that. Yeah.
Let me tell you guys something about. I'm very proud of all our artists, like from the guys that have been here from the beginning to the guys and gals that walk in, recently. Jonathan McDaniel, if you've not seen any of his artwork, he's a talent and a treasure. All his stuff all the covers you see from him are hand painted. They're not digital, they're all hand painted, but he works with these awesome models. Like he's old school, like painting with models and stuff. Check his stuff out, Jonathan McDaniel. Great guy. All right, so did either of you guys happen to find a rando name for me? If not,
I did not. So
all right, I'm on it like the proverbial white on rice. So
sorry, I can multitask to a certain degree, but after a while,
you're so good. Hey, Lee, if you'll take the reins for a minute, I'm going to find a name.
There we go.
All right. Okay, so anytime shortly we are going to have a winner of listener issue 1 to 4. So you're going to get that free. Dustin will take care of you. He'll get in contact with you and stuff like that. 4 listeners of the very first Ethereal book, which oddly enough was the first series that I read and really enjoyed. So also go and do what Shawnee did. Check out Dustin's Kickstarter page for BGD3. That's you like your science fiction, your anthropomorphic dinosaurs, criminal action, like detective protecting sort of vibey story, man, set in the neon, Blade Runner-esque,
gritty noir dinos.
Rich science fiction world, then this Kickstarter's for you. And they're very good comic books. So if my words worth anything to you, then have a look at it. The other thing I'd like to say too, man, is you're talking about that Phoenix convention before, and that was the one that you and April were at, and you showed a picture at the time, which I think not just gives April kudos, but you with your artists and stuff like that, and the environment that you're creating is there was a small boy there that you took a photo, and April was showing him pencils or talking to him about artwork and drawing and stuff like that. So
that was in Florida.
That's a great thing, man. I thought that was a really nice touch.
Man, it was a beautiful picture, so right?
Well done.
How pretty was that? Like that was like I'm looking for a name right now, but I'm like no bullshit whatsoever. Again, when I talk about how proud I am of the team members we have, it's literally because of the actions they take. You know what I mean? How's it going, Facebook user? So it's because if you watch our team members, they not only lift each other up, okay, you can look all around on Facebook or social media and you'll see them literally lifting each other up. And I don't give a shit who you are. That's a rarity in this industry. So I have a lot of pride in that type of thing. But they also give a shit about the next generation coming up. Most of our teammates are parents. They all have children for the most part. Most part. Some of them don't, but a good portion of them do. And it's always interesting. And if they don't, they still appreciate youth and still foster it to try to create a better place for young artists and young creators to be around. Steph and Carrie, they do their amazing art stuff with the kids every week.
You can draw.
Right? It's such a beautiful thing. But when I saw April talking to that kid, and I'll have to find that image and I'll share it with all you guys if I can find it, but it was like a National Geographic moment, right? Like one of those holy shit that just happened moments. Like this young cat is literally sitting here talking to this woman about pencils, okay, about pencils. And she is gung-ho to talk to this young dude about pencils. And to
young
me,
artist out in the wild encounters an older mentor.
That's how I felt. Like I was like,
back.
Jesus, we're on Discovery Channel here. You know what I mean? Yep. And you know, we had my daughter just started. She's in a very, very proud of her, but she just got into one of the top 7 high schools in the country. But the cool thing about her school is it's 6 through 12. So in 6th grade, she's now in this school with all these older kids. But it was such a cool thing because she goes, "Hey, Dad, they're going to, I'm in art and I'm in creative writing and all this other jazz." And they just gave us walk-ons. And I about fell out. I was like, "They gave you a walk-on?" And she was like, "Yeah, they're." And I was like, I couldn't get colored pencils when I was a kid from my school. You know what I mean? So
the only thing I could get was the strap, mate.
Right? Good.
Yeah.
I'd just take it across the wrist because it was free.
All right. So
please, sir, might I have another?
Yeah, basically, right? So let's go ahead, and I was trying to go back and look at folks that had joined a while ago, and go through them randomly, but that's going to take forever. Like I said, we hit 1,000+ people. So let's go ahead and let's reach out to, how do I pronounce that? I can't pronounce that. So let's go down a little bit further. There's no way that I'm not going to ruin that individual's name.
We apologize in advance, people, for the fact that your name has to be pronounced.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm not butchering your name. I'm real sorry.
Yeah.
So let's go.
We'll find a way to make it up to you another time, I'm sure.
I promise I will do that. I'm about that life. Like I am absolutely about that life. But I am trying to be, fair because, like I said, it is 1,000-something people. So
it's a lot.
let's go ahead. Yeah, I'm just like flying through all these different names and stuff, and then it's very cool to see like so many different folks, right? But I'm not trying to grab artists, though. Let's be fair. I'm not trying to grab artists and give them, because all of them know they can reach out to me and talk to me about anything they need. You know what I mean? So but when you have 300 artists, you're going through your page and stuff, you got to kind of weed through those to get you guys some free stuff.
I figure you're probably looking for names you don't recognize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm peeping around, you know what I mean, and trying to find people I don't know that don't work in the community or anything like that.
You can tell everybody, out there, know that a lot of thought apparently went into this giveaway. So
yes, a lot of thought has gone into this.
It's really awesome of you to do this, Dustin. I think it's a cool thing. So yeah. So
I tried. Hey man, I am nothing if not normal human. No artists' wives either. That's fair.
Yes,
fair.
That's because that's Simeon. That's Ruben's wife.
Oh, well, there you go. See, that's
to see her on the other screen.
There you go. Yeah. See, so that's super fair.
Yep.
What's going on? So let's let's see where we're at right now on the Kickstarter real quick. We're at click the button. We've met goal. Congratulations, everyone. How exciting is that?
There you go, mate.
Super thrilled with that. Thank you, everyone. Let's continue to smash through that. But I'm trying to find, oh my gosh, you know what? I am just going to have I'm going to have to do this a different way. So every time
you might have to take it offline and
I'm really gonna have to spend some time with it, guys.
You should get one of those spinning wheels, mate. You know those online.
The problem is you have to enter all the names.
Yeah.
Don't get one of those spinning goals, mate. Like, no, oh my God, I wouldn't have the patience to sit there with all that.
If there's one that would automatically download the information, you could do that. But
absolutely. So I'm trying to weed through folks, but at the same time, you're like, oh, that guy asked me to do art the other day. That guy has approached me before. That madam has come at me about some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, you still have
there we go. Yeah.
But you still have to put all the names in, right? To do a random generator.
I think it depends on how your names are listed. If it's an easy enough to like copy and paste into Excel,
I might be able to do that. That makes
you can probably do that, and then you can just do a random number. So
that's a good idea.
Simeon.
Yep, for sure. She's a champion. She knows what's up. So as talking about
BTD. So she's thinking like by backer number. So we're not doing the Kickstarter. This is the Facebook page.
This is actually the page. So there's a bajillion.
Yes, you are a finance nerd. I know.
Look, I was so enthralled by that, and when I saw it the other day, I was like, because I try to do the social media. I really do try to be on top of my social media game, but there's so much going on. When Lee was talking about the different amount of IPs, I'm writing 4 books right now. I'm literally writing 4 books. I have 38 team members, and I've got a puppy recently. And I haven't had a puppy. I have dogs, but I haven't had a puppy in probably 13 years.
You are just a glutton for punishment is what you are.
I am a glutton. Give me all the punishment. Because I've got a 4-year-old son, a puppy, 2 prairie dogs, 3 dogs.
I saw the picture of your prairie dog. It was adorable. I love that.
They're so smart. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how intelligent they are, and they're like ferret level smart. You know what I mean? So they're literally they'll talk to you, they'll literally have a conversation with you. And it sounds like something is barking in your house, but it's not a deep bark. It's this puppy sounding bark.
So now you've got the prairie dog puppy bark, and you have the actual puppy bark.
And he doesn't like the prairie dogs, and they don't like him. So because he's
what kind of puppy is he?
He's a what are they called? A Labra. Not a Labrador. It's a Labra. He's a lab pit bull.
Oh, okay.
And he's super sweet and super intelligent, but he's 30 pounds and he's only 3 months old. You know what I mean? He's a big old boy, and they're
you got a chunky boy.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. And he's rotten already because so my daughter has to go to school in the morning, and with her school they don't have buses.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally have to drive her, and it's not far, but I have to drive her and come back. But my wife works from home too, so she'll be upstairs working, and I have to literally lug this 30-pound creature into my car, plus the 4-year-old son, plus the 11-year-old going on 30, and then it's I bring 2 of them back, and then I have to take 2 of them back to get the 3rd one again later in the afternoon. You know what I mean? So it's
it's a traveling circus. You're not doing from school. You're a traveling circus from one point A to point B.
I mean, I really wouldn't change it, but I'm
going to say, mate, in the years to come, when you're sitting there, having your shandy and your cheeky pipe or something, mate, looking out in the horizon, you look back on that and you'll think, good times, man.
Those were the
Absolutely.
days. Yep.
Absolutely. So, going back into BGD, there is because I ramble, You know what I mean? And that's the coolest part about, like, again, our fan base is so cool.
Oh yeah, I'm always on track.
You know, at least our fans
One.
keep
Yeah.
up with my shit more than I keep up with it. Like, I'll get an email and be like, "Hey, are you working on pages or something tonight?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm writing this, and I'll get to that just because you reminded me. I need to get to that this evening." And that's one of these great things about when I said I wouldn't work with previews and I wouldn't work with Diamond. It wasn't just because of what they've talked to me about since I became a publisher. It's because what I experienced having a store. You know what I mean? That was my biggest issue. So now, now that I've gone into this and I've plucked it all out and I've peered around all the different things that I could gain from what they've done previously that I thought they did well. That was why we decided on the 3-month pre-orders, because as a store, that was the release timer for our books. When you would order a book from Diamond or in the previews, you would get it roughly 3 months later, you know? And I was like, okay, well, people are used to that amount of time. People are used to that. The one thing they aren't used to is back-to-back Kickstarters. And that was something that was, and it's very relevant to what we're doing today because we're on our 5th one. And it's really interesting that there were a bunch of people when we started this, and I knew it'd be a heavy transition. Like, I knew it would be a heavy transition because they've been fucked by so many people that it's like when somebody's like, well, I don't have this Kickstarter, but you've started another one, you have to build that trust and you have to work with your fan base to get them to even approve that. It's an incredible step in itself because, like, look, man, like, I have a Kickstarter. I'm not going to throw the dude's name out there, but it's been a year. Like, it's been a year and I haven't got my shit. You know what I mean? Like $75 worth of shit, you know? So I'm like,
I have a few. I have very few. I'm lucky. I've been very, very lucky in that regard. But I have a couple like that too.
right.
Out there.
You know, and
So some I'm willing to go with because they're at least trying to communicate, and I get that.
Sure.
Others I'm like, I'm not so sure what's going on with them.
Yeah. So. You know, I knew that it would be a I think you're right about that, Simone. I do think you're right, Simone. I think we can make that happen. Yeah. But you know, I knew it would be a tough ride, to be honest. I knew that, you know, but we had built a fan base and we were already on time with all our books, if not early for every book we put out. So I was like, you know what? It's time for us to move into this next level. And it's time for us to be able to, you know, to put these books out in a different way. And if I'm not going to go with Diamond, this is how I have to put these books out. So when people started going, oh man, you know, we got the listener and then, you know, we got our other books, we got all our stuff. It was like, yes. See, the books come in when I say they're going to come in. And, you know, the only issue that we've had to date is, you know, and I love our printers, but they had an issue with some ink stuff. And it was like, I can't fight that. You know what I mean? And it's not their fault. I don't get mad at them, but it's still not like 2 months later or anything. It's like a week, you know what I mean? And they were, you know, and one cool thing
and they told you, they said, hey, we're having an issue.
Exactly.
Communication.
And then go out and communicate, you know, that this happened. But one cool thing, 2 cool things that we're doing right now, guys, that are awesome too, that make me very happy, is we did decide to go back to international shipping for this, because we have fans all over the world, and if they, thank you so very much. Shawnee knows who you are. I don't know who you are.
Hi, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy Green, huh?
Yep.
Jimmy Green's a great guy. I grew up with Jimmy. He's a good dude. Like since we were like knee fucking high. But so when
proverbial grasshoppers.
Yeah, chasing fucking skating down the street and shit when you could be out past dark and whatever else.
I remember those days.
Right? You know, now I won't let my daughter walk to the fucking mailbox. You know, but it's like,
international shipping.
Yes, international shipping. Super, super proud of the international shipping because there's so many cool people out there that have supported the books and have bought books, you know, like Australia. We went through a time period last year. I don't know if you remember it, but we went through a time period that literally has just barely fixed it all recently. And it was like $50 to ship 2 books to Australia. 2 fucking
Insane.
books was like $50. So I was like, you know, I hated it. and I was like, I can't do it. I can't justify I can't charge you that much. I just don't feel good about it, you know. And when we started, it was last issue when we put out Theater 7, we were like, you know what, we're gonna bring back international shipping. It doesn't matter what the cost is, and it's grown to that point where the fans can decide if they want to spend the extra money. If they want to spend the money, I'm going to get them the books. That's all that matters. And then we've also partnered with Pirate Ship, and I know you guys everybody likes Pirate Ship.
They seem to do really good. So
they're amazing. If you're
what is Pirate Ship? Because I've never heard of it.
Okay, so pirates so here in the States we have I'm not going to drop names, but and I've gotten my books destroyed by people that do this. They ship media mail, which is a cheap ass way to pocket a little bit of money and to ship the books out. Okay, and there's guys on eBay that do it. Every aspect of shipping, people try to save whatever little buck they can. And I respect it, whatever, that's their business. But I'm never going to ship media mail. Media mail is like a little teeny package that's not secured. They just they put the stuff in the mailbox and it goes. That's basically how it works. Whereas Pirate Ship does the best mail you can get at the cheapest rate because they buy bulk labels. They buy the bulk labels and they can sell them to you for cheaper. You know, so like all of our books come out. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the third tier up of shipping. So it costs me like $8-9, but that's what I charge you. I literally charge you basically what they're shipping it for. And then you guys get the book 3 days later, 4 days later. And it's in a Gemini, first off. You've gotten Geminis from me, Lee. It's in a Gemini.
Yep.
And oh man, Jimmy, hop on that fucking I just sent Eric a shit ton of books, Jimmy. Hop on that hop on the link. Oh, I didn't even put the link on the goddamn. See, that's how excited I get. Like every month, I get excited about the books. I don't even. I don't know what I'd do without my amazing team and all of our amazing friends and fans because I just don't keep up. Here, let me put this on the banner for you guys so you can. I think this will work. If it doesn't, let me know. That link should work to go to the campaign. If you want to snag some books or something, or a dirty pillowcase, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about pillowcases. Swing by that link. That should get you guys to the Kickstarter. Anybody that's looking for it, you can go in there and order books from there. And that's the way to do it, man. For sure, we appreciate the support. Getting back to pillows, because a lot of people ask. They're always like, "Oh, you do pillowcases." Full body pillowcases, and yeah, absolutely do. This is the new season starting right now. This is our Maya pillowcase, or our Eve. Sorry, Maya, Eve pillowcase. Really, really fun. It's Blade and Hunter artwork with David Acampo colors. This is the two sides of the pillow. It is a full body. Like this pillowcase will go from my head to my toes. You know what I mean? They're really, really fun. I think my favorite one this go around is probably the Agent C on the glass. That's probably my favorite one this go around.
Part of me wants to know if maybe in the future we could do something with the bunny tail.
So funny you ask. So
I've been hanging out with you too long, Gusta. That's what it is.
It's so nothing surprises me, man, when I hear this stuff now. The bunny tail. Continue, mate. I'm sorry.
So so our pillows.
Hey, go on.
If you're curious later on, if anybody's curious, we do add boobs to the pillowcases. They are actual implants. They're not silicone. They're real silicone. They actually look like a boob. It has a nipple built into it. They're great. I have them for the demo pillow. They're a lot of fun. They don't come with the pillows that are on the campaign, but I can get them for you outside of that. The only reason I don't offer them on the campaign is because they're like $115 a set. So it's just something maybe we'll add down the road. But speaking of the tail, So the next set of pillow, well, not the next set, but the set season 4. Season 4's pillows, or 3, well, no, 4. Yeah, we're on 4. We'll be on 4 for January. 4 is January, wintertime pillows. 4 is January. So they will be able to be dressed and undressed pillows. So they literally have layers that you can dress and undress your pillow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Take those wintertime outfits off. I'm really excited about those.
So now we have wintertime peekaboo pillows.
That's absolutely right.
And here I thought you were going to talk about like bunny rabbit tail key rings or something, you know? Like,
man, no. Go big or go home.
Don't worry about the key rings.
Yeah, no. Nobody.
I'm thinking
other people do.
On the front part, you have the silicone, but if you flip it over, you should have a little cotton something. For
I was thinking about that. I was putting. I put a lot of thought into that.
I'm sure you did.
Well, because I am. If nothing, I am a creature of habit, and I always like to do different. You know what I mean? If someone's done it, I don't want to do it, and if they've done it, I want to do it my own way. You know what I mean? So
I figure production would be a little tough for that, though.
I agree with you. But we've looked at a particular with the dude that actually makes the cases for us. We've looked at a almost like a Velcro add-on that we could put on the back. I do think it'd be uncomfortable. Just me.
Yeah, that was my next thought too, of trying to figure out.
I do think it'll be uncomfortable.
Although if you have it on the back and you're on the front.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't know what people are doing with these pillows. I don't judge anybody. Let them do what they do with them.
Judgment. No
That's
judgment.
right. I'm a big fan of them. So whatever you guys are doing with them, it's your
They're
business.
fun. You have your fun.
That's it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, so the pillows are a lot of fun. And I think these are the characters that you'll get. I know we're doing a Ryoshi pillow coming up for the next season as well. And then, like we've got the stickers for add-ons. We've got all the beautiful covers. I think the Kara covers are beautiful. And I think that, the ketchup tier with those is great. Man, there's so much cool stuff, really, really cool stuff going on. But getting back into BGD, the actual world of BGD is this dark, like Lee mentioned earlier, it's this very epic world. Like, we joke about it in the business and in our actual teams that it's so big. Like, it really is so large. And there's so many characters we haven't shown and gotten involved with, that this particular book, this issue, is going to lead you into a larger scheme of things. Like, who was Maya before she became, like I said, the maitre d' of, Piece of Tale? What did she do? What was her life like? How'd she meet Ricky? And I think how she met Ricky is such an important story that it needs to be told. And it also gives you a little bit of background for his character as well. And I've had a lot of fun bringing that to life. And I think that Bladen Hunter has done a great job with that. And I think David Ocampo's colors are amazing. So when we sit and we look at these pages, because I write differently than most people. A few of you, a bunch of the fans have read the stuff that I send out and let you guys peek at and stuff. But it's very, I write in a way that I give our creators freedom to work with the pages, and so it's always like Christmas to me when we get a new page, because I don't know exactly what we're going to get. You know what I mean? And it's always interesting because, I leave that to Bladen and the art director to deal with the artists and how they're, bringing these pages to life.
Let's see what's behind door number 2.
Exactly. And there are times when I'm just, oh, Jesus, that's amazing. And then there's times when I'm like, holy shit, that guy just got wrecked. And they're like, well, you wrote it. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't see it like that until it gets on the paper, and, with this campaign, there are some other things that we've gone in and we've added to, let's run down here. I know that we've got, before we get too far into it, there's the one thing that we do with every campaign is we add the Ethereal Digital Library. And people ask me why keep the same price for the digital library every time. It's $30. $30 gets you every single ethereal book to date.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if it's, brand new, not brand, every single digital book to date. And I always feel like that if you purchase that, if you're a digital fan and you're willing to spend that much money on something, you deserve to get everything we have.
The whole enchilada.
I really do. The one thing that I haven't done yet that we've been asked for time and time again, and it's just the reason I haven't done it, it's not that I don't want to, it's just very, very time consuming, is going in and making different copies for each cover. I haven't done that just because the amount of time it takes to make the PDFs and stuff.
Sure.
And I just, as we go forward, as the team grows, that's going to come in the future. I promise that because it's asked a lot, it will come. I just haven't had the wherewithal to do it yet.
Well, I imagine you have such a great team too, that there's somebody out there down the road would have a time that that's just going to be 100% in their wheelhouse. You're going to give it to them and they're going to say, I'll have that done tomorrow or on Heartbeat or whatever. So
yeah, some people are a lot quicker with technology than I am too. You know what I mean? So, but, another thing that we've got going on, we've got the Steph Wilson catch-up set, which is great. That's all 6 BGD covers from Steph and Carrie. All 6 books, which I'm thrilled with that too. I think that's a lot of fun that we can do that. And his cover for BGD 1, the Park variant, is still one of our most popular covers today. So I love that one. I do know that a good buddy of ours just got the original art for that not long ago, and I'm super jealous, super jealous of that. Don't you nice me? I know you got a really nice original art I'm jealous of too, so don't mess with me. So then
I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful piece of art. So then you go down and we've got the Kara cosplay set for $30, which is great as well. I'm sure we'll be seeing her in the future on more ethereal books. They're actually working on a Hush Hush ethereal project right now, so you'll be seeing Kara and Alfred do some cool stuff with that. Going down, you also have the Blade and Hunter Free the Lizard variant. For those of you guys that didn't hear the conversation before, that is super nudie Ricky book. So it's awesome. It really is awesome. I'm thrilled with it. It's very tasteful. It's just an awesome cover. And then going down, you've got the Lenadized
I will admit on live video that my curiosity got the better of me, so I added that on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because everybody. The funny thing was, the biggest question.
I like Ricky too, and I like the art, and so I figured, what the hell? Why not? It's fun.
He's such a man. I'm going to say this. I've been in art almost all my life, and when people ask me if nude male pieces bother me, they don't in any way, shape, or form. I find the body is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like we always have to look at things as erotic. You know what I mean? So when you put this specimen in front of you and you're like, yeah, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He's super swole. You know what I mean? And I'm thrilled with the way he came out.
Cool.
I think
I'm excited to see it.
Oh, dude, it really is a good one. It's definitely a good one. You wait till you see April's concept. I have not let April loose with Ricky yet. Wait till you see. Oh yes, it'll be on a book. Just it's not on this book, but it's coming. It was a great concept. I just had not had, and you guys know
You're
April.
A tease.
So, yeah, I
want to know.
Well, you've also got her stuff for Halloween and whatnot coming up. Kinktober.
I know.
So
April's my girl. I love her so much.
Man. And well, she's not on this particular issue of BGD, which is wild because she's been on every book for a year now. But she's working on these Neon Streets. And
okay, so that's where her energies are going.
She's got an entire story that she's doing interior art for.
Well, you were keeping okay. So you have her half chained in a room next to me.
Yes, she's not allowed to go nowhere either. She's working too.
The ball pen's just the friendly name for the.
That's it.
Artist.
Oh, I throw food in there. I throw food in between them. Either that, or I take a Starbucks cup and I stick it right.
I was going to say for April, it's coffee.
That's
that's how you get her motivated.
Sure. Yep. And then we've got your Year of the Blue Flame set, of course. Which is really, really cool. I love those. And then the Massey connecting sets. The ethereal number ones, I think, is a lot of fun, and it's a great way to save money. If you haven't picked up the ethereal number ones, $60 for every number one we've done so far is a pretty good deal. And then you've got, of course, the Year of the Blue Flame mystery boxes, which have been very popular for us in the past few months. Have been very, very popular. They are getting an upgrade, and we've not talked about this anywhere. So here live, we'll talk about it. Not on this campaign, but the next campaign with Fallen Leaves, all the the mystery boxes will be actual mystery boxes, not just mystery books. There'll be an actual mystery box itself. I'm very, very proud of those.
Okay.
And they're really cool because they're the nice ones that you can actually take to shows and walk around and put your books in and stuff. So I'm very, very thrilled with that. And then going down, you've got the wild set. And well, everybody knows what that is. That's all the wild covers for this particular set. And then you've got your pillowcases, which are $125. I love the pillowcases. But what I was looking for is down here further, which is the bust sketches by Blade and Hunter. There are 3 of those available. And I'm going to say this, when you get a bust sketch from any of our artists, like it's April, whether it's, David Campo, any of those guys that do the bust sketches, you don't ever get just a bust. I mean to tell you, it ends up being a whole endeavor. You know what I mean? I remember I was joking with April not long ago because she did one for a really good friend and fan of ours, and she wasn't happy with it after it went out. So not 2 months later, he got a full nother cover, that just was bananas. So you're going to get all kinds of really, really cool stuff when you go that route. But then we've got the Blade and Hunter original pages that he's doing. And with the original pages, you actually get a copy with the book as well. And I'll say this, we really underprice our original art because when I was younger, even in my mid-20s, I couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? Like I could not afford original art. So when we were able to start selling original art, whether it's from Theater 7, BGD, doesn't matter what it is, I wanted people to be able to afford it, because when people get original art, it's something to be proud of. It's very, very cool. It's something special. No one else will have that piece of art that you have, and I always wanted to keep the prices in a range where people could get them comfortably. And, like instead of going to a show and they're $500 in a binder, you know what I mean? $150, $175 for a full, pencil and ink page is pretty dope in my opinion. And then going down forward, you've got the original cover art by Bladen, and then you've got Center Stage, right? So Center Stage is really, really cool to me. Every time we do a campaign, we do a type of tier like this, where it's every single cover. You know what I mean? And at first, when we first started putting out books, this terrified me. It really did terrify me. Like I was like, no one's going to get that. It's not a big deal. It's a waste of space. And when people started picking them up, even people that flip, I don't give a shit. Do that. That's your business. You know what I mean? But it was so cool to me to see folks that were like, I can't decide. I love the covers. I'm going to snag them all. And you save, let's be real. You save an astronomical amount of money buying them like that. And I think it's really, really cool because you get to pick what you want, and then you can trade with buddies. That's what I loved about comics as a kid. You could literally be like, hey, dude, I missed this issue. I'll trade you one of my doubles that I've got for this to grab that one. You know what I mean? And I love that. I think it's a blast, and then another cool one, which I almost got my ass kicked by my wife for this one, is the $300 pillow set. It's all 3 pillows for $100 or $300. Sorry, at $100 a piece. And she was like, "You don't make anything doing that," and I was like, "No, but I make people happy." You know what I mean? So I have always been...
Yeah, you almost got your butt kicked over that one.
Yeah, it was real close. Like it was coming. Like
she says, I love you for the sentiment.
Yeah,
but I'm going to kick your butt.
Like it was coming. Well, because it's funny, and I'm very grateful again to all our fans because this is a full-time job for me. So it's literally like when I go out of my way for things like that, it's because I am trying to give back. I am trying to, give you guys the best deals that I can and still be able to pay my mortgage. You know what I mean? That's the goal, right? That's like when we started this, it was like it wasn't a pipe dream. It wasn't a dream at all when we started this. It was like I basically got strong armed by great friends to do something, you know what I mean? And I did it. And now that we're doing it for a living, it's an amazing thing to watch. From the inside and on the outside, I watch these people that are invested and they spend all this time. Like we did a video earlier this morning that we posted, and it turned from it was supposed to be like 45 minutes into like 2 hours. And it was fun because we had Ruben on there, we had Trevor on there, Bladen was on there, and it was like literally just talking about art and what it took to build what we have so far. And what people don't realize is how much time that we put into a page, like an individual page, and Lee will testify to it. I mean, you're talking 8-9 hours sometimes on a page, and that's before colors. You know what I mean? That's just inks and lines and inks.
Lee knows because the detail that Lee puts in his work is
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It is. It's amazing.
This man and his hatred for white paper is unbelievable.
Yeah,
the shading and the detail and the hash marks. It's just like my brain kind of explodes when I
it's insane. And I
don't want anyone's brain to explode, but thank you.
I have a lot of pride in the things they put out. So for us to be able to give the art out like we do and to be able to put stories out like we do, we're very, very grateful, and going forward, like I said, moving from, I don't know how we're going to do the 2 books a month, how we're going to set up the Kickstarters, how we're doing anything like that yet, because I'm going to actually I think we're going to let it be down to the fans and see what the fans think about it, because running 2 books on one campaign, we did it with the previews, right? The previews did well for all the books, but it's like, do we put the 2 books together, and you guys get to get them all at one time? You know what I mean? Or do we wait? Because one thing that people like and one thing they hate about Kickstarter at the same time is it doesn't bill you right away, right? So it's like, because we do them every 3 weeks right now, or 5 weeks, but whatever. But they run for 3 weeks. So do we put 2 books together and run them both? But I'm wondering if that doesn't. The conversation right now is, does that overflow your sensory? You know what I mean? And
others will probably there will be many opinions and everything else. So personally, though, I mean, it's hard. I like Kickstarter because it doesn't charge me immediately. I have a chance to kind of gauge my budget, kind of work with what I have.
Absolutely.
It's on the one hand, I like the idea of having multiple books because more bang for the buck.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, too, I'm a bit of a cover fiend, and so it's like now I have 2 books. I have to try and figure out how much can I spend on both of those.
Yeah,
Like, that's going to limit me now on what I can get for each issue,
exactly.
for each book. So I'm like,
exactly.
I'm a little on the fence about it. So.
Yeah, me too. You know what I mean? So and we don't have a problem running them at different times. It's just, we're trying to figure out how it is, what's more beneficial for the fans. That's exactly what we're looking at right now, because next year I'm hoping to have an apprentice is the goal for next year. And we've picked up a few for the artists.
A little Dustin, a different Dustin Jr.
Yes, a minion. Yes.
Oh, minions. He's bringing out the big words now.
I am looking for a minion. But I'm also, there's a lot of motions being made. You know what I mean? And when you, as a company, not just a publication, when you start growing, there become more aspects and more facets of what you're doing. So
it becomes more administrative too, because
oh my gosh.
And a lot of people don't realize the amount of time and energy and effort and money it takes on that administrative side. It's a huge deal.
You're right, man, because you think about the logistics. It's not just the artist putting the pencil onto the paper. I mean, God, that's only the start of it, mate.
Look
like
at
we
that gray
said
hair.
earlier, there's
hair
other
over it?
issues coming. There's communication. Then you got to get those pages by the time off to the, like the
Yeah.
colorist,
And you have the
because
printer, and then
colorist
you
has
have
got other
fulfillment,
jobs.
and yeah.
Well, it's
to the end of where people have got it in their hand.
Yep.
Like the
Right.
amount of work that goes into that moment for the fan, the customer.
Yes.
Yep.
It's production as well, not just the art and stuff like you mentioned.
Yep.
Like all our books
Printing,
are
it's the production, it's the layout, it's design.
Yeah, I mean, all our books are cardstock. They're 24 to 30 pages every book, full color. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing in itself when you run that kind of stock for your books. But it's a lot of fun when people get those books in their hand and they're like, it's not newspaper, and you're like, yeah, it's definitely not newspaper.
I like the heft of it. I appreciate
Right, it feels
feeling
good.
like I'm not going to sneeze on it. It's going to disintegrate.
Right. You're just gonna. It's down to like a 2. You know what I mean? It went from a 9.8, now it's a 2 because you snotted.
I blinked at it and it's lost.
You breathed on it and it became a 2. You know what I mean? It's not great. But when we talk about things and look at things, production value is so very, very important to us. You know what I mean? And from, like I said, when you feel the book, it makes a difference. When you see it in person, it makes a difference. I am over the moon about how the books have come out, and I'm super thankful, like beyond ridiculously thankful to everyone that pitches in or snags books. You know what I mean? Because
I find it.
And we have, like, right now, if you look at and one of our artists, we use him for an example. He works on every single book, right? And he cops a house payment and a half from us every month. You know what I mean? And it's amazing to me. It's absolutely amazing that I can go, hey man, here's this, or here's that, and here's another issue, and but we currently have 38 artists, 38, and all of them work monthly. You know what I mean? And all of them get paid every month. And it's just like, I look at those numbers and I feel it gives you goosebumps, because it's the fan outcry and the fan pushing is, again, every day. At the end of the day, that's the lifeblood. You know what I mean? If you're continuing to put out good content that the fans appreciate, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Respect your fans, take care of your fans. Those are the folks that, they make the business. They make or break your business. You know what I mean? And I love the feedback. Like, I feed off the feedback. Like, I'll get oh man, I get excited. Like, somebody will be like, Dustin, I read this and that's badass. And I'm just like, yeah, that's pretty dope, right? And it's like, I was at a show. And I don't think the person knew who I'm certain, 100% certain, didn't know who I was, which is fine, whatever. And so he walks up to me, and I had literally picked up an issue off my own table because I was taking it to somebody else. I think I was taking it to Mercer Pope at the time. But he walked up, and he was like, dude, that book is just badass. And thanks, Shane. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Like, he walked up and he was like, look at that. That cover is just awesome. And it happened to be a Trevor Grace cover. I think it was the issue 1 where Eve is like leaning against the pole. It was like the Thick Thighs Save Lives cover. It was amazing. And anyway, so I'm walking off with it, and he's like, dude, those books are great. And I was like, man, they're pretty cool, aren't they? And he was just like, man, I love that fucking stuff. And I was like, yeah, me too, And the whole time we're walking, he's like, I didn't know that he'd bought a copy of one of the books.
Oh, okay.
And so he's literally got it on him. And he's like, hey, look at this one. Did you see this one? And I was like, oh man, that one's really fucking cool too, right? So we stop at the table, and Marissa's like, hey, Dustin, what's up? And I was like, hey, what's going on? Here's a couple books for you guys to put on the table and whatever else. And the dude's like, what? And I'm just like, he's like, you're the dinosaur guy. And I was like, you know what? I honestly had not heard that before. So my response was, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take
Dustin
that.
The dino guy.
And yeah, man, I'll take it. I'll take the bunny guy too, because I've gotten that one, and that one's okay as well. because when If It Hops dropped, we got so many more backers and followers and fans for BGD when If It Hops dropped, because we put a catch-up tier for BGD in there as well. And people were just like, dinosaurs and rabbits, follow that motherfucker. And I'm just like, yes, please hang out with me. We have
and then April and her tinfoil bunny ears,
stories about that. Stories about the bunny. So she sends me this message after that show, and she's like, so many people came up and wanted to buy If It Hops books, and they go out this month. You know what I mean? So it's like, the coolest part about If It Hops, and like the whole deal with us the business being larger than the sum of its parts, is literally people ask about that book on the daily, because they see it, hear about it. Yeah, when are we dropping that? You know what I mean? Because the Kickstarter folks, they all got their digitals and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yes, we did.
Man, look, I am a fan. Like, I'm a fan of that book all day long. And, and it's not because my story, it's the artwork blows me away on that book. But, so she goes, man, there are dudes like trying to get emails and stuff to where they can find this issue. And this guy, he reaches out to me, and it was the coolest thing in the world. And I don't give a shit. I'm a sap. So he reaches out to me, and he's like, hey man, I'm crippled and I'm bound to my home, and I actually got to go to that show. And he was like, I met April. She was one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. And he was like, I love Agent C. And I was like, well, where'd you see C at? I mean, I knew she was on the banner that April had, which is beautiful, shiny ass fucking banner. And I'm so jealous of that shiny thing. So Lee, the banner is a roll down banner, but it's fucking like foil roll down banner.
Yeah. It's a shiny.
It's so good.
Think of a hollow foil that is a banner.
Yeah, it's like a 6 foot hollow foil banner.
Yeah,
so
right. Nice.
It's beautiful, and the dude, and it's got her cover from Sea on the Beach on it, and it's beautiful. But anyway, he's like, I really appreciate you creating such a cool character for us. And I was like, awesome. Man, look, I cry all the time. I'm a grown ass man and can admit it. You know what I mean? I cry all the time.
Emotions are healthy.
I'm literally over here going, I'm not crying. You are. It's an amazing thing.
Damn onion ninjas.
Right. The onion ninjas. You bastards. But he was like, I can't wait till the book comes out. Please let me know where I can get it. I have to order it online because I can't go to a shop and pick it up. And I was like, don't worry about it. I got you. It's not a big deal. And, it's those moments that beyond our own thing, those moments make it so powerful. You know what I mean? Like, again,
I think it's wonderful too, because of all the people, I mean, you have an incredible plethora of artists and everything else, but for all the people for him to actually connect with was April. That's it. That's
the win, man.
Yeah, that's the big win, because she's
human beings.
Yeah.
I am thrilled and a better person to have her and Gus in my life. They're amazing people. And, I am, like I said, if nothing else, creature of habit. So if I'm going to a show, it's probably going to be with my battle buddy or somebody else that's, you know what I mean? Because it just happens to be that we do shows well together. You know what I mean? So, and now with Vegas coming up, again, there's like 8 ethereal artists that are going to be there. So that's going to be, oh my gosh. If you've got ethereal books and you want them CGC'd, bring them to Vegas. Vegas is going to be a blast. I know that it's one of the few places that you'll get me, Steph Wilson, Bladen Hunter, Ruben, April, all in the same place. So
I'm excited. I mean, I don't have much of a budget just getting there and everything else, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. But I'm so excited to go, because just to be able to hang out with some of my friends that I don't get to
how I see it.
That's really what I'm all excited about. I'm excited to be able to go, to hang out, to actually talk to you in person.
Yeah, dude.
Real life. And so that's, to me, that's why I'm going. I'm going to be able to hang out with my friends, shoot the shit, have a party.
Yes.
You know,
And then
and
the
some comics
roulette.
happen to exactly, some comics happen to happen during this time. Even better.
You know, it's an amazing experience, right? Because the cool thing about our fans is I'm a fan of our fans, and I think that's
But no,
funny.
we're a
that
fan of
people-
you fans being a
Yeah,
fan of our fans.
people laugh about that, but it's like I will
I get it. Yeah.
if I know that one of our fans will be there, I'm picking up shots somewhere. You know what I mean? We're or
I knew I
we're
liked you for a reason.
yeah, I'm picking up shots somewhere, or I'm hanging out, or we're getting together and I'm taking you to skip lines to get a signature you wanted that you couldn't get, you know what I mean? Or we're doing something fun. Yeah, it's just, but that's the experience, right?
Yep.
If we can give you, look, man, the comic experience has changed at conventions. It's no longer what it was. So if we can give you just a little bit of that magic back, you took the time out of your life, the time out of your day, to fly, to drive, to get to these events. We can give you back what you're giving us. You know what I mean? And I think
And I'm
that's
so incredibly
powerful.
lucky because I know a fair amount of people who feel the way you do. And so I'm very lucky and grateful that I have not only you, but Steph and others that I know, artists and creators that feel the
Man,
same way.
Wendy's
So
gonna
when
be
I
there.
go to a show and I put that in effort, man, the
Yeah,
return is incredible.
for
So,
sure. I mean, like I said, Wendy's going to be there too. And if you
no,
guys don't know, Wendy, Bill
you're
was
missing
just
out.
in here. He was just in here. Crazy
Yeah.
old Bill Shaner was just in here. He's a great dude. His wife is one of the most kind people in the whole wide world. They actually have a campaign going on right now for Lunar Tales.
Luna Tales 2.
Oh man, I'm a big Bearded Dragon fan because we've had them before, and I love them to pieces.
Yep.
And my son absolutely loved issue 1. So if you've got a youngin at the house, that's definitely a cool book for you guys. Let's check this campaign one more time. Right now we're at 39 backers, $1,871 right now. We're an hour and a half in. How exciting is that? And we just had Shane retweet us. He's a really sweet guy.
Dustin, would it be okay if I dropped the link?
Yes, I'm about to dip on out myself. I really appreciate you guys. I've had so much fun this evening. I've had so much fun talking to everybody that's reached out to me today. I'm very, very grateful. Everybody that's curious about the books, super thankful. Also super thankful for awesome Shawnee for hanging out with us. She's a great
Thank you for inviting me. I always have a good time talking with you, and it's a lot of fun.
And then, Lee Chalker, my partner in crime, is, I've not let him get half a word in tonight.
Well, Dustin, you were kind of pretty much,
yeah.
Sorry, Lee.
Man. That's okay.
I
enjoy being here because it's the positive energy that is always, emanating from Dustin and people like yourself, Shawnee, and everyone in the ethereal crew and stuff, man. Like positivity brings, why be a negative egg, mate?
That's right.
It's all about being kind to each other, supporting comic books, and getting in and sussing out ethereal and getting to meet these people. So
that's real talk.
Always a pleasure.
Real talk. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on Comics Unbound. We will be here next Friday night as well. I think we're talking all kinds of crazy shenanigans. We'll give you guys an update on how this book is doing right now, but I know we're talking Fallen Leaves. Because we've just picked up a couple new artists that are really, really excited about it. We're also probably going to talk a little bit about These Neon Streets, as well as the hardbound cover compilation book. So I'm very excited about that. That'll be dropping in November. That is every cover that's ever dropped for Ethereal.
Holy crap.
With signatures on the book. So
that's a big book.
That's a big book.
It's a big book. And it's it is super cost efficient. I was very, very adamant about that. So very, very excited. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for hanging out. It's always a pleasure. Much love. And let's keep this Kickstarter thing rolling, right? Thanks so much. And you guys be good.